Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It's nice to be here. And I'll introduce myself. I'm Gwen McCrossan, and I'm a class teacher in Argyll and Bute in Cowell. I'm a class teacher in 2 schools there, but I'm also involved in the development of the 1+2 policy in Argyll and Bute. So last year at Argyll and Bute, they decided to set up the Languages Forum. So that was the sort of main body of how we're going to look at how we're going to implement 1+2. And at that same time, the authority invested in the platform. So I was appointed the chairperson of the Languages Forum. And then from that point, we decided that we had to find, we termed that as language leaders, so we could have at least one key person for each cluster. And that was important in Argyll and Bute because it's not a Bijou authority like Inverclyde, so there's 80 schools and also the geography is quite tricky. So this was so that we could have a person in each area. But so we had interested parties coming forward, people who were interested in developing languages, and their role was then to help to schools in the use of Power Language platform. So we've set up, it's a dynamic team of language leaders, and we're making progress with that now. Also, I've not got a great deal to say this morning because we really are quite in our infancy, as it were, in getting this up and running, but it's great to hear all the different stories from the different authorities and to compare the different experiences. And I think that first of all, what we did was we're all trained now by Richard, and now at the moment, each of these language leaders are in their clusters and working with colleagues and providing twilight sessions. And then at the same time, Richard is coming in and offering inset training as well. So we're hoping that by Christmas, everybody will be familiar with the platform. And certainly, because I'm the chairperson, but always also a language leader, also a practitioner, so I'm getting a lot of experience of using the platform and getting the feedback from everybody round about me. And really it's been very positive, which is great, because like we say, there's a lot of insecurity, I think, amongst practitioners about teaching a language. And really the feedback from everybody so far has been, great relief. We've got a really comprehensive resource to help us to do that. So I'm feeling that it's really been great at the moment for boosting people's confidence. I think that at the moment, because we're really helping people to use the platform, that there is a gap where I think we need to be looking at now helping teachers in the training of using the language, more training to upskill teachers and build their confidence that way. So hopefully we'll get an opportunity to do that within the authority, because I think that would be, it's needed really to help the teachers. And let's see, now where am I? And oh yes, also I was really interested in Inverclyde talking about their, I think is it language champions you were calling that for each of your schools, or just coordinators? It's your coordinators, And we would also like to work towards that, because as I say, for the moment we've just got a key person per cluster. But again, geographically, I think we need more than that. We now want to see that, because that sounds wonderful that you've got a person for each school. So we're trying to identify now, move on to the next stage of a key person per school. And I was also very interested in what you were saying about the modelling, because if you have one person per school, then the system you would explain of going in and really being a great support for the teachers, that would be fantastic, because that's what I'm finding, that although I've been running twilight sessions, when I have been modelling teaching, going into schools, that's what has been the most beneficial, because practitioners are able to see activities from the platform in action, and it just, when you take it off the paper from the planners and you see it in real life, then I think it has a big impact. And it's also, I think, where I'm more comfortable, because when you're with the children and you're teaching, for me that's my sort of more natural environment, rather than telling people, oh, this is what you should do, this is how it should be done. So I think that that's something that I would like to move more towards, and just doing very simple sessions so that it's, again, makes people boost confidence, makes teachers think, oh yeah, that's manageable, I can do that. And let me see. And as I say, we're just in the early stages, so we're wanting to see really more towards the end of this year start to try and measure the impact of the Power Language platform, to see how teachers are feeling about it. Has it helped them in their confidence? So as I say, still in the training session, sort of in this period of training, and then into the new year, hopefully all the language leaders will have spoken to all practitioners. Richard, you'll have hopefully seen nearly everybody, and then we'll start to build on that and move forward from there. And just to talk about the feedback I've been getting from practitioners, as I said, it has been positive, and it's just really a lot of the same points that Anne-Marie was saying. I think everybody's saying, oh, it's so comprehensive, that's wonderful, the planning's all there, and I think that's been really a plus point to be able to look at that and reassure everybody. And again, a very clear progression, which is fantastic. I think on the other side, it's quite difficult in our authority because it's rural. There's so many composite classes, and that ranges from multi-composite in that you might have a school of 10 children who are all taught together, primary 1 to 7, or even in our larger schools are more sort of 200 odd, but even there's a lot of composite classes. So that's something that we need to try and kind of work around maybe a little bit. Although it's very adaptable, the platform, for that, but I know it just means that teachers they don't fit into sort of, you know, the nice neat boxes that the platform tries to provide for people. And again, like we were saying, for consistency, there's a similar experience for pupils across the cluster. I think that's fantastic. Everybody's really pleased with that. Primary and secondary sector are like, well, this is wonderful if we can get to that stage. And again, the diversity of the responsive planners, everyone thinks that's absolutely fabulous. The opportunities, you know, the ideal opportunities, and at the same time that they can have tailor-made resources. That's been wonderful. Although we've not used it yet, but everybody's very excited about it. And just a couple of wee points that people have mentioned, that, for example, there's some files they've come across and they don't have the sound files where maybe they could have, so I don't know if that's a possible.
Conversation for this afternoon.
Yeah, fabulous. Great, about something that could possibly be reviewed. And the other wee thing, so again, maybe it's for this afternoon, more some early years practitioners saying, oh, what about some more songs? I think that seems to be the thing. And because I always say, oh, well, you could fit Kimi Rishini, there's a little finger, you know, a little finger rhyme, Kimi Rishini, Vol Vol Papillon, so there's plenty of things, but maybe that's something. Again, so that's the only two things that I think people were saying. Yeah, and as I say, right, I think that's me. That's right.